Sorry for my disheveled look here. I was outside mowing the grass and I was listening to some podcasts and some YouTube videos and stuff, and I just couldn't believe what I was listening to. I get irritated at people's comments and stuff. I think there's a lot of stupidity out there, even on my behalf. I'm kind of dumb. I know I'm going to probably catch a ton of hate for this video. If it jumps around, it's because I'm just cutting out randomness. There was nothing scripted for this really. Um, And if you even remotely think you agree with me, hit that like button because that's going to help with some of the downvotes I get on this. But Steam made a pretty big announcement with some cloud gaming and working with NVIDIA, and Stadia is just getting hit. And if you've watched, I've been doing the free game videos, which, by the way, I missed Get Packed. It wasn't on my list because I had actually already paid for it, so that I didn't see that it was free. And I believe that might be a Stadia exclusive, and it looks really good. I actually haven't had a chance to play it yet. Hoping to play it this weekend, but I talk about Stadia in there, and there's just so much information out there. I don't know if they're just lying, if they're pissed off they bought the Founders Edition, and yeah, it was a bad start and it sucked at first, and they just haven't played it lately, or one of their buddies told them, hey, it's no good, don't do it, and they're just sticking to that, or what the deal is. I have the Founders Edition. I actually thought about canceling it a few times, and I didn't, and I'm actually glad I didn't now. Well, the funny thing is I actually don't even really play with the Stadia Edition. I use an Xbox One controller with Chrome. But there's a lot of things out there. People are saying stuff like, you don't get anything for the subscription. You have to pay full price for the games. They should do a model like Xbox does with Game Pass. And don't get me wrong, I'm a huge, huge Xbox fan. Like I said, I use the controller for playing. My Xbox is actually right underneath my phone here. I have it turned off because the fan is loud on it. But I actually have a couple of them. And I have the PS4, PS3. I have pretty much all the gaming consoles, but I have been thinking about going away from them. And there's arguments out there like, well, if you can pay $60 for a game, you can buy a console. Right after they get done arguing about how Steam is fantastic because they're going to work with NVIDIA, about cloud-based, like they're just hopping all over. Generally speaking, people I speak to, if they're a PC gamer, they don't like consoles. Not everybody. I like everything. But that does seem to be a majority of people. I mean, I get teased for Xbox all the time, and I'm amazed how many friends of mine don't like Xbox. And then I have a couple that are hardcore Xbox and would never own a PlayStation unless it was given to them. I mean, let's face it, none of us are really that ridiculous that we wouldn't take it for free, except for these people on Stadia. I mean, you can sign up. I don't know if it's still 2 months free. You do have to give a credit card, but you can cancel it immediately and still ride out the free thing. I think they're doing 1 month automatically. There are downfalls. Absolutely. It was a rough start. They have not delivered on everything they said they're going to deliver on, but it doesn't affect gameplay. The I actually personally find it ridiculous that one of the videos I was watching, he's saying how they're charging you for a membership. They charge full game. That's not true. Some games are full price. A lot of them are heavily discounted with a pro membership, and every month you do get free games, just like PlayStation Plus or even games with gold. I won't say XPass because XPass is pretty cool. I do like that in my Xbox, which actually leads me to another point. I didn't wake up one day and say, hey, you know what? I'm going to have Hulu. Screw Disney Plus. Screw Netflix. Screw all this. No, well, actually, Hulu was an easy one because with ESPN, National Geographic, ESPN, I said that already, Disney Plus, all those, they got that conglomerate package you can get. But I mean, I have other things. It's not like you can have one thing. That's the other thing some of these people are saying, and it's just driving me bonkers. But yeah, I mean, you can have more than one subscription. If you want the $5 a month NVIDIA, get the $5 a month NVIDIA. One person even said, oh, it's already doing better than Stadia. They hit their max capacity. Well, I'm sure it's doing fine. I hope it does fine. I think competition's awesome. But to tell me that NVIDIA probably has the server farms that Google has, come on. You're going to hit capacity tenfold with NVIDIA probably over Google. Now, I don't have anything to back that up. I shouldn't have even said it, but common sense tells me that. But I've been playing Stadia for a while now, and it's beautiful. It looks great. I can play it on a Chromebook. I can play it on my phone. Yes, not all phones support it. There was an APK that was looked at. It looks like that they're opening it up more. No word on iOS. I feel like about iOS as maybe some Stadia people feel, or non-Stadia people feel about Stadia. And that's just because I have bad luck with my iPad. If you have iOS, more power to you. That's your thing. Stick with it. Don't change it for somebody else's opinion. Um, but I've been noticing more and more that some of the comments people are making. I watched a YouTube one the other day with a bunch of, I guess, influencers or whatever they're called. It was horrible what they were saying. It was, I mean, they were saying how it doesn't work. I mean, it does work. They obviously tried it day one and never looked back at it. But as they're talking about all the games they're getting, their codes, their backlog because of the free stuff they got. And I realized, why am I watching these people? In fact, you should unsubscribe to them and subscribe to me because I don't get crap for free. Actually, once in a while, I'll get a ROM to try out and do a video on Trophy. They did give me that to try it out, and that was a really fun game. I still enjoy that game. But I mean, I've gotten a couple games. That's it. I've actually paid for pretty much everything I've done any kind of review on. Probably why you don't see me do too many reviews because I can only afford so much stuff. But yeah, it's I know if it's something you absolutely don't want to do and you're completely against it, that's fine. Having your own opinion is fantastic. You are allowed to have it. That is awesome. And stick with it. Don't make people change your mind. But don't go out and lie and give misinformation out there. I mean, these people are going off of things that they either read or heard the first week Stadia came out. It's been months since it's been out. It's been fantastic. I actually have a pretty good library in it. And the funny thing is, like someone said the other day, it was actually in that chat thing, Fortnite's not in. Well, first of all, I don't have a problem with Fortnite. I don't care for it. I'd rather play PUBG or, Warzone. And you know what? Well, PUBG actually is on Stadia. I don't know if it still is, but it was free 2 months ago, I think. I think all the games are still free if you have a membership, all the pro ones that they were giving free, except for Samurai Showdown, the initial one. But you can find that in 50 other different areas. But I mean, Fortnite, that's your game, no problem. More power to you. It's just not, I don't care that it's not on there. In Epic, maybe Epic's not going to have a good deal of Stadia, but guess what? I have an Xbox. I can play it on there. I have a PC. I can play it on there. And then their other comment that I really, really irritated the crap out of me, especially considering I do pay for all my stuff. I work for everything I have. It's why I look like hell right now because I was just out cutting the grass. I don't get things handed to me. I mean, I have friends that'll help me out and I'll help my friends out. I mean, that kind of stuff's awesome and that's a good network to have. But they're sitting there saying, oh, well, the membership to Stadia, you can buy a PC for that. Let's just pretend you can get a 4K streaming PC for $1,200. Let's just pretend. Let's see, at $10 a month, that's $120 for a year. Well, if you do the math, that's 10 years for $1,200. And that's just if you can get one for $1,200. You got to know what you're doing to do that. You're not going to just go buy a decent one that reliably does 4K off the shelf for that, along with a monitor and everything like that to support it. I guess you could look into a TV because that's what a lot of people do with their Ultra Chromecast if that's what they're using or whatever. But yeah, I mean, that was such a ridiculous thing for him to say. But let's say you can, $1,200, 10 years. Okay. So after 10 years, it paid itself off. I tell you what, you've upgraded that thing probably a few times since then. I have no video cards in any of my computers unless it's a laptop that is older than 10 years or even close to 10 years old. The memory has been upgraded. Anything I can upgrade to keep that thing going, whether I threw a solid state drive in or something like that. So that was just a completely, I hate using the word entitled. I really do. Especially considering I think a lot of people do work hard for their stuff. A lot of YouTubers that are out there I actually think really do a good job and work pretty hard. I edit my videos and it's a pain to do them. I have sound issues, stuff like that. Screw up all the time. Luckily, a very nice subscriber told me that I screwed up, and I think one of the free games in the last one, go look at the comments. I put the link to it to Epic. I put it was from Steam, and it wasn't. Luckily, that one doesn't expire till next year. It's crazy long time. They're giving it away for free. But yeah, I mean, it's just some of the things that come out of people's mouth that just blow me away. I mean, the fact that they would even... Now, there is bad. I mean, there's bad with everything. It's just the way it's going to be. I've heard in a couple different spots, even from people that are for Stadia, that it would be nice if they had like Netflix. You have a subscription, and you have these movies, and you can download them for offline play. That would be great if you could do that. You know, like if you had a PC that could handle that. Part of the problem with it, and I can kind of see why. I mean, a movie's a little different. You can have a Chromebook that can have the movie on it and play it in 4K. It's going to probably bog it down, but it can do it. PC is a little different. But if you have the ability to do it, or it can scale it or something, it would be a great feature. I don't deny it. That would be awesome if it could be done. It'd be great if they could make some deal with Xbox, or if maybe we could pretend the whole Game Gear Mini thing didn't happen, and instead Sega announced they're coming out with a console and it supported Stadia. Now, don't get me wrong, I am not actually a fan of Google. I think a lot of their business practices are shady, but I do believe it's an evil we have that we're not going to get away from anytime soon, at least. But pretty much anything we're on is, I mean, Twitter, Facebook, all of them. They're all an evil we're not going to get away from. If you listen to me right now, it's proving the point. If you know any of the people I'm talking about, it's proving the point. It's just how it is. So, I mean, and that's another thing I don't like doing, the lesser of two evil thing. That's a horrible thing to do, horrible way to live, but unfortunately it's one of those situations. In fact, I've tried actually going without my phone for periods of time, and there is actually something nice about it, but at the end of the day, I do want my phone back. But yeah, I mean, if you have data caps, probably not for you, because you can't download it. If you have slow internet, it's probably not going to perform too well. If you are one of those people that think your wireless is better than everyone's wired connection, you're going to have issues. You know, and don't get me wrong, I play wireless all the time, but I'm no fool. If I'm having problems, I maybe get myself on a wired connection if I can. Wired's just going to be more stable. And go ahead and argue that all you want. You're not going to change my mind on that. But yeah, I mean, there's some things on there. I'm playing in 1080. I don't even play in 4K because of the fact I use the Chrome browser. I just like being on my computer with my Xbox One controller. It's one of my favorite controllers. The 360 is a close second. Actually, it depends on the day. Actually, the 360 was a great feeling controller. But, you know, it's not perfect. I will never say it is. And there's a good chance that if this Steam and GeForce NVIDIA thing takes off, I could see myself going with it. I have a Steam Link in my house with a keyboard hooked to it. I have a Samsung television that actually has the Steam Link app built into it, and that's actually pretty cool. And you know, I play DayZ on my computer. My computer is at its busting point, though. I mean, once the graphics or games start getting to a point where it's just not looking good on there, it could be the end of my computer unless something changes. And that's where Cyberpunk, I'm going to use Cyberpunk coming out as an example. I'll be buying it on Stadia. And one of the big reasons I will be buying it on Stadia is because I want it to look good, and I just don't want to have to worry about, do I have enough room on my hard drive? I don't want to buy it for my consoles, mainly because those already have external hard drives on them, and I have to delete stuff all the time. I'm not getting rid of my consoles, but I'm going to start putting some games on Stadia. If I don't pay for my membership, I still get to play the game. You're paying for discounts and free games every month. You're not paying for the Google Stadia service. You get to still play your games. Now, I don't know if you can do 4K if you don't have the paid membership. But like I said, I've been playing on Chrome. I've been playing in 1080 anyways. My 4K Ultras that I got on my Founders Edition actually sitting on the side right now. It's not even plugged in. I keep looking at it saying I'm going to plug it in, but I do everything on my computer right now anyways. But it's not as bad as everyone makes it sound. Now, I'm not saying you should absolutely definitely go get it and pay for it. I do think before making a decision, don't listen to me. Don't listen to anybody else. Well, listen to me on this next part here. Grab a Visa gift card that maybe you didn't throw out that you still have that's not expired. Type it in. That way you don't forget to cancel. Or only do this if you're responsible. Sign up use your credit card. As soon as you sign up, immediately go cancel the subscription. And then write it out for the free month. Or if they're still doing the 2 months, do the free 2 months. And you know what? I thought it was pretty cool of them to do the 2 extra months free. Even for paid people like me, I got the 2 months free. That was awesome during the coronavirus stuff. And you know what? If you don't like it, get rid of it. Just use the free games. There's tons out there. Power Rangers Battle for the Grid is on there right now. That game is awesome. Destiny, I'm new to Destiny. I know it's been out forever, but Destiny 2 is on there. I don't know why I haven't played that game sooner. What is it? Metro Exodus is on there. That's free right now. Guilt. Guilt is a great game. The artist who did that job is hats off. It's fantastic. And it's an exclusive, actually, I believe, to Stadia. And Get Packed. That's free this month. That actually looks really good. I'm kicking myself for paying for it and then not having it. But if I do suggest or do decide to get rid of my subscription, I still have that game because I paid for it. I have Serious Sam Collection, which coincidentally was then the pro game the next month and free. I did find out, though, if you buy a game and you have less than 2 hours in it and it's been only 14 days or less, you can get a refund. So that is good to know. So if that happens to me again in the future, I will watch for that. But yeah, I mean, I could just go on forever. I found it extremely irritating. I mean, there's so many of these people that are, it's what they do. I mean, they play games and stuff, and to be so close-minded about Stadia and going off things I would have agreed with them in the first month. And then, I don't know what it was. There was some game. It was Samurai Showdown, actually. It wasn't even a game that I don't really care for Samurai Showdown that much. It's not a bad game. It's just not a great game. I just decided to play it. I don't know why. I was just goofing around, and I was impressed with how much better it looked. I was really shocked. And then Serious Sam came out, and they had it greatly discounted. And I'm like, oh, I'm getting that. I remember those games. And that one I have a little bit of time into. That one was fun. It's still fun. I'm stuck. I was saying I'm stuck on a board where all these frogs are coming out and getting me. It's a great board. I can play that game over and over. I'm going to go play it actually here in a little bit. But my phone cut off. Apparently an emergency thing came in. They're shutting down the buses in Milwaukee. So that's going to suck. It's been a crazy 2020. A lot of crap's going on. But yeah, it's I think I'm gonna end it here. I could keep going on. So frustrated with some of the comments people make and not giving it a chance, and trying to shove their opinions. I mean, I have an opinion right now, but if you don't like my opinion, I'm good with that. In fact, if you're constructive about it, I don't even mind you giving me your opinion. You could change my mind. But at the same time, I mean, if you're a dick about it, now I'm gonna dig my feet in harder too. It's not a constructive way to communicate. I'm not saying I'm innocent of it myself sometimes, but I'm passionate. It's good to be passionate and have opinions, but just be constructive. Listen to people, and it's okay to have your thoughts. And if you want to share them in the comments below and see what kind of response I give, I will. I do try to respond to every comment, unless it's just, if you're just an ass. No, I might. Kind of passive aggressive. Yeah, I don't like to give you too much attention if you're just a jerk. But yeah, otherwise, if you made it this far, thanks. I'll let it go here, and have a good one. But subscribe, help me out, because I'm going to probably get ratioed to shit on this. Oh, sorry. And hit that like button. And other than that, thanks.